All right. One moment. Hello, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. This is your host, Cryptosomniac, here to bring you everything crypto related, where the rich never sleep. I want to give you guys a few moments. Let me know if you can hear me all right. I got a new setup here that we're going to be, well, I guess I'm sort of testing it now, making sure everything works. I tested it last night and it was working, just first time officially on air with it. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm gonna give you guys a few moments. Hey guys. Let me know if you can hear me. I guess this is a test. Let me know if all is well and you can hear me. Can you hear me? Let me know if we are good to go, and we will start. Hello, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. This is your host, Cryptosomniac, here to bring you everything crypto related, where the rich never sleep. Guys, let me know if you can hear me all right. We are testing out a new microphone today. I want to make sure everything is running smoothly. So let's give it a moment for you guys to join in before we begin. Let me know if you can hear me all right. Let's make sure we are public. I have you guys pulled up on my separate monitor, so bear with me while I make sure everything is working. Let me know if you all can hear me. So yes, just let me know if you can hear me and we can begin. I want to make sure everything's working smoothly. This is my first time on this microphone. Dun, 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 dun. How's everybody's weekend? Hopefully y'all can hear me. Let's make sure we are indeed live. I believe we are live. Nobody's joined yet. Maybe I messed something up. We should be good. One watching. It's probably me. What's the deal with Neo and gas? Something to do with the Korea news today. Can you hear me all right? We are testing a new mic. Can hear, by the way. Excellent. Let's give it just a moment for some people to join. I'm testing a new microphone, so I do apologize. Had a little bit of technical difficulties getting started here, but I think I got them all sorted out. Just want to make sure that everything's running smooth. So we're just going to give it a minute or two for some people to join, and we'll start talking about what's going on. All right, we have 3 watching, so I think we are good. Usually we have more than this. Let's make sure. Let's give it a few more minutes for people to join. Let me know if y'all can hear me. So Luke, you can hear me well. Is that right? All right, cool. Maybe notification didn't go out. I was messing around with some of this stuff this evening, yesterday evening, and my stream got all odd and some things might have got messed up. So maybe, just curious, did you get a notification for the stream today? How did you find this? I'm assuming you are a subscriber. All right, now we have 4 watching. All right, well, I guess we'll begin. We'll begin. YouTube sub. All right, excellent. Luke, we'll begin then, I guess. So let's talk about the charts. So again, the title of this video is "Are we in a bear or a bull market?" And I wanted to share my sentiments. We do have some green here on the charts, which is pretty good. It's nice to see that after a long, you know, bloodbath out there these past couple of weeks. However, I do not think this is the end, and I'll share some of my thoughts. So this was a chart that I believe I don't recall if I posted this to the YouTube channel or if this was to my people in the Moon Lounge in my group, but basically there was this chart here, and I'll just have to redraw it a little bit. We were sort of traveling inside of this wedge right here, and what I had said is that we were going to need to make a decision before the 26th of September, and we had been traveling in this wedge, and it was important to note whether or not we broke out of this, and this is the hourly chart on Bitcoin, if we broke out above or below this line. Now this is a good sign that we did break above it, and instead of trending downward. So we basically we're following the same downward pattern since the beginning of September, and then this upward pattern from the bottom that we experienced due to all the China FUD on the 15th of September. And it's good to see that we broke out of this here. However, I don't think this is the end. We are going to pull up some other technicals. So I'm going to load one of my previous charts that I keep on here. And again, this is the daily. And let's get rid of these Q prices because these are actually old. So let me delete that. Some things that we have here. So the MACD on the daily is actually looking pretty good. We are actually looking like we are about to cross, and we're going to talk more about that. The volume, though, over the past several weeks and even days has actually been really lackluster. We've had some of the worst volume that we've had and experienced in a long time. This blue down here, the OBV, is an indicator of the volume, and it has been some of the worst that we've experienced in months. You can also see that on CoinMarketCap. If you just click Bitcoin and you take a look here at the volume, and we're going to have to bring this in. Let's go 3 months. The volume has been tapering off, and you can see it here, volume. 24-hour volume, almost $996 billion total, the total market. And compare that to, wait a minute, sorry, that would be 917 million, not 917 billion. And you compare that to earlier this year and months, and it's just been, it hasn't been that low since, well, the end of July when we had that bear run where we had, a lot of lackluster volume. So not something I like to see. However, we did break out, like I mentioned, but I don't think that's necessarily the end. I just want to point out a couple of other things here in this chart. So if you take a look at the MACD, and we just pull out this MACD, this is July's, and we had this big run down and before prices, reversed here. This was this 20th of July. And if we take a look here, this right here, is our recent rundown. The difference is here between now and July is this rundown was a lot faster. Wouldn't that explain the decrease in volume? Yes, it would certainly help to explain some of that decrease in volume. Now, they don't have to shut down the exchanges until October 30th. So, yes, people are probably trading less in China and worldwide as a result just of all the FUD, but people are still able to trade in China. Again, the exchanges have until October 30th to shut down, so trading is not halted as of yet. So do keep that in mind. Again, some of the differences here that we went down a lot faster than we did in July, but just take a look here in July, right when we were about to cross on the MACD, we actually plummeted. And just something I want to stress is even though the technicals look good on a lot of these indicators right now for Bitcoin, I really don't think we're out of the water yet. And as many of you know, technicals can be basically thrown out the window when it comes to news. The cryptocurrency market is very volatile, and it's susceptible to major news and major swings. So just because the technicals look good, obviously what I'm saying is you want to couple the technicals alongside news, because news can override basically any technicals, as opposed to, and it's the same in the stock market. When you trade things, I remember Apple released, not Apple, Amazon recently announced that they'd be partnering or taking over Whole Foods, and you saw the stock price go up, but it's nothing like in the crypto world where news comes out and you'll tank 40% in one day. So I just want to keep this in mind that I don't think we're done. The Chinese exchanges, the Chinese FUD, in my opinion, is not over. The exchanges still have, what I really didn't like about the exchanges, so I was kind of unhappy that the exchanges had until October 30th to shut down, because in my eyes, all that really did was prolong a lot of this basically, FUD until the 30th. And I think we're going to be locked in. Let me pull this back out. I think we're going to be locked in these price ranges in between, and I said this a lot in my group, in between the 3,000 and 4,000 mark. I did like, however, that we pulled out of that wedge that I drew earlier. However, I don't think this is over yet. We did descend really fast, and the reason why I think we're having a little bit of a pullback now is because we did plummet off of that news, and we went pretty overbought. We can see we went oversold. We went oversold here for a day, one of the most oversold days we've had since, again, July. It looks like we even went a little bit lower than we did in July, and just looking back, there hasn't been a day in recent memory that's been as low as that day when the Chinese news broke back on the 14th of September. So, a correction, a minor correction here in price and rise is to be expected. If we go back a little bit, and let's zoom in a little bit further and look at the hourly. So even the hourly, if you see this green candle here, this isn't just me and you buying. This isn't minor buyers. This is major retailers or some of your larger funds and institutions, not even big players yet, because to be honest, cryptocurrency isn't really a huge market out there really. But these are just basically whales in the cryptocurrency world. So that's what that green candle is. It's not a good, healthy, steady movement. But though it is good to see the green here today. Now, my opinion, I do think, and I have a bet personally with someone, I do think we see the 2000s again in the next couple of weeks. And before all this is said and done, I think we will see at least 2999 again before it's all said and done. I think we are sort of range bound in between 3,000 and 4,000 before I can confidently say we are in a bear market, or a bull market. I'd like to see us break above some of these recent support and resistances that we've had back in the 4200s about. I'd like to see us test those and see if we can really break through that or not before I can confidently say that we're in a bull market. And like I said, I don't think this is over. I was a little disappointed to hear that the Chinese exchanges had an extension on the shutdown just because of the fact that I think this will be extended. We also have the hard fork coming in November. And to be honest, when we have new players coming into the game, new institutions, new investors, big money, we're talking millions, they don't want to hear, a lot of people out there, I know you guys are probably inside of the cryptocurrency scene, but when they hear people like Jamie, the CEO of JP Morgan, shouting out against Bitcoin, those are the types of things that my father hears, that major banks hear. They get scared. And what that does is it drives the price down of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency really as a whole. And that's what people on the outside hear. I know that we guys here on the inside and people that believe in crypto know that it's not going anywhere. And I keep clicking the wrong button there. Know that it's not going anywhere. And it's unfortunate. It's a lot of whale manipulation, major institutions, and that's what unfortunately gets heard on the outside. And I think until a lot of this blows over, I think until we hear some good news or good sentiments, and until the hard fork is over, I think that this is going to continue. I think it's good to take, maybe today is a good day to take some profit, because I don't see this trend sustaining itself. I really don't. And it is a good sign to see. And go ahead, prove me wrong. I'll be happy to be proven wrong. But in my honest opinion, I do not think we're out of the woods yet, even though the technicals say so. As I mentioned, technicals can be overridden in any market by news. And I really think that this is just a minor correction because of the steep decrease here in price. We saw a massive drop off. It was a lot quicker than we did in July. And again, just looking at July, take a look at, if I pull up the MACD and we just make this bigger. So I want to double click in here and let's go out to where we are now. Let's go back out to the daily. And if we go out to the daily, you can see that, again, this was a lot faster, but take a look here. It was right about here, right when we were about to cross on the MACD, right where we are right now. And it was like, oh, never mind. And we had a massive drop off. I wouldn't be surprised to see things quickly change here in the next few days. I also want to talk a little bit about NEO and gas. So a lot of people have been asking about gas and NEO and that price ratio here between them. Gas, you can see, is up 60%, very close in price to gas. I'm sorry, NEO. What I'd suggest is selling off your gas. Gas, if we take a look at gas and pair it against NEO, let's take a look at it. Let's bring it in and let's take a look. We're going to have to bring this out to, say, 1 hour to get some decent statistics on it. We are pumped up right now, which is nice if you're holding gas. Now, to elaborate a little bit more on gas, gas was never originally meant to be traded. Da Hongfei, the CEO of NEO, never intended to have gas being traded. It was initially, it is used and necessary to complete transactions. However, I do not see it as a wise investment directly from Bitcoin or fiat. What I actually do is times when the ratio is steady and it looks good and healthy is to sell off your gas for anything really. You could acquire more NEO to be able to stake and earn more gas. You could buy something else with it. You could buy more Bitcoin with the gas that you've accumulated. What I like to do is times like these is I like to sell off my gas because I think the ratio is not really going to be that high. I think we're going to see more of, if NEO's $25, I think gas looks healthy when it's around $10. So it did look incredibly high, and I do look to sell that off. Da Hongfei said they could actually release more gas if they so wanted at their own will. And what that does is it deflates the price of gas. It adds more to the circulating supply. It was never originally meant to be traded. So I want to keep you guys aware of that and let you know. So I would not look to acquire gas as an investment. I mean, it is a great dividend off of NEO, and I don't mean to not acquire it, but I don't want you guys to be buying gas straight from BTC and try to hold that as an investment. It's a dividend, and treat it as a dividend. Don't treat it as an investment. What I really stress is, or what I like to do, like I mentioned, is sell that gas when it is a high ratio against NEO, which it currently is. So I would look to sell some of that off. We're seeing a lot of the Chinese coins also do well. Omise going, QTUM up. Some of the biggest winners here all today are all in the top 15 are all those Chinese coins and coins geared in the East right now. NEO, Omise Go, and QTUM, all looking very healthy here. And I just want to let you guys know the FUD, in my opinion, isn't over. No one's forgotten about Chinese. The Chinese exchanges do have until October 30th to shut down. My opinion on it, and I stated this multiple times on the channel, there will be a way for Chinese and citizens to invest in cryptocurrency going forward. It will need to be regulated. The Chinese government is clamping down. They don't want to miss out. And I think this is a good thing and healthy for the cryptocurrency scene and market. I don't think that it's going anywhere. And even if they don't want to participate and be a part of it, that's all right. Cryptocurrency still isn't going anywhere. Cryptocurrency is decentralized. It doesn't depend on any one government. And that is, that's my opinion on it. It's not going anywhere. I read Charlie Lee tweeted some tweets the other day that the miners were not banned from mining in China. So the network should be intact. It shouldn't be going anywhere. He said that that was basically a lie. Now I know that you can't take one person's opinion for fact, or one person's testimony for fact, but it is, he was right about the Chinese exchanges shutting down. He created some FUD earlier this week or earlier this month with early news about the Chinese exchanges shutting down, and caused a little bit of a panic attack. But he ended up being right, and I personally don't think that the Chinese want to actually ban Bitcoin from the country. Like I said, I think they just want to be able to. They're manipulating it in a way. A lot of people, I'm sure, are making money off of these moves, and I'm sure that there will be a way for Chinese to invest in Bitcoin going forward, as well as being able to mine it. And like I mentioned, I don't think that they're actually banning mining to begin with anyway. So these are my opinions on whether or not we're in a bearable market. Again, I don't think we're out of the woods yet. It's great to see green here today. It's great to see that we broke out of that wedge. But I want you guys to remember that technicals can always be overridden here by news. And I think the news here is still pulling Bitcoin price and cryptocurrency prices down as a whole. And it could be a slow, and I think it's going to be slow. I think we're going to sit here for a couple of weeks. It wasn't until, if you take a look at how long the price is here for, this is gas. If we go back to Bitcoin, take a look at how long we stayed in that sort of funk back in July. It wasn't, we didn't bounce back immediately like we did here today. Let's take a look. This is the hourly. We're going to need to go out a little bit further to the daily. But we sort of sat in this funk. You take a look here. This was a lot longer. Let's draw a little rectangle. It was, sort of that long before we saw anything happen. Right now, we are only, this wide. So just taking that, we're only like half or a third amount of the time that we saw back in July. So yeah, I totally agree with you there, Evan. I do think it's going to take sort of that. There's a lot of resistance in that $41 to $4,200 region, and I think until we break that, that is when I think we are bull. And to be honest, I just don't see that happening. I just don't see us breaking the $41, $4,200 mark in the next several weeks. I really don't. And I'll be happy to be proven wrong, and I'll be happy to take back this and retract my statement. I'm always willing to change. I have a very open mind. And if things do change, I'll be happy to acknowledge that, I was wrong. But I really don't think we break past this area that we're in now. And I think it's a good time to take some profits if you're looking to flip. If you're someone that's, trades more actively and is more of a short-term trader, I don't think that we're going to stay in this price region, even though the technicals look good. So those are my thoughts on the market. If you guys have any other opinions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'd be happy to hear what you guys think. Are we out of the bull market? Are we in a bear market? What do you guys think? Leave your comments below. Hit that thumbs up button. It lets people know that this video is worth watching. And check me out on all my social media. In fact, we have not given away free cryptocurrency here on the channel. So let's do that. Anytime that anyone shares these videos on Facebook or Twitter, I give away free crypto. And we just use a random number generator here to do that. We select between Facebook or Twitter, 1 for Facebook, 2 for Twitter, and looks like 1 today for Facebook. So if we go into Facebook, I'll have to grab my recent video on BitIndia if you didn't check that out. Take a look, excuse me. This video here. So we have 12 shares. So we'll pick a number between 1 and 12, random number generator. And let's do that, 1 to 12. And today's winner is lucky number 8. So let's take a look. 12 shares. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, And that's interesting. Why can't I see everyone else who has shared? That's quite unfortunate. Some posts may not appear here because of their privacy settings. Gotcha. Well, that's unfortunate. We're going to have to pick between 1, 2, 3, 4 members to give away the free cryptocurrency. So, lucky winner number 2. And that is going to be Michael Werner. So I'll tag you, Michael, after this video. You won yourself some free cryptocurrency. Again, all you have to do is share this video in the Facebook group or on Twitter. Again, it'll be pinned to the top of this post later today. And we have a great community there. Join us. We have 8,500 members. We live stream on there weekly, daily rather. We get on there 3-4 times a week. And we just chart. We answer you guys' questions. We do whatever you guys have any interest in. So join it. And follow me over on Twitter. We have a great community of people over there as well. And a lot of cool information there, so check that out as well. And yes, I just posted this or retweeted this post of Jamie here. Pretty funny. So yeah, thank you guys all for tuning in. Check me out on all my social media. I have links in the banner of my YouTube profile, of course, over on Udemy. Seats left open for the Moon Lounge, just a few, as well as one-on-one appointments. So you can check all that out here or email me at cryptosomniac@gmail.com for any questions on any of that. And thank you guys all for tuning in. Let me know if you think we're out of the bull or bear market in the comments below. And I look forward to talking to you all soon. And remember, stay a cryptosomniac because the rich never sleep.